Bello?
Bello, as the minions say.
Jello?
Bello!
Cheers. Thank
Cheers.
you. To Starbucks, thank you for my
Mhm.
oat latte, extra hot with a little bit of cinnamon. Thank you very much.
I got a half sweet pumpkin spice latte on the house, baby.
Excuse me.
Because my brother, he ordered everybody on his team. So it was like 20 people. He ordered them all Starbucks one day as his treat before saying goodbye from his travels. And now he has like 1 million points.
Wow, okay. Nice.
Who's
So,
texting me? Oh, Bobby Bush, what are you texting me for?
God.
I call you back in like an hour.
So
Just podcasting.
do some work. And he's probably not even going to edit this. He's probably going to let it all roll into the podcast. So, I guess that being said.
You gotta hold it down, Natalie. It's okay. I'm just replying to an over-enthusiastic DP.
It's okay. Hopefully everyone is having a good, or is enjoying our podcasts thus far. Talked about a lot of different topics. I'm sure there's plenty more that we can talk about. That happens daily, weekly, monthly. I don't know. Whatever.
All right, I'm back.
Okay, he's back.
So
no, I'm back.
I'm back.
So welcome, episode 17. By the way.
This is 17. Oh, it is 17.
Yes.
Yeah, episode 17. Today is an interesting one because
Yes.
Natalie had some emotions on the weekend. Should I say it like that? That sounds so depressing.
No, I wouldn't even say emotions.
Had some
I would
realizations.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
I just picked it up. I grabbed the brainwave out of the air.
Great. Perfect. I love it. Yes. Realizations.
Some realizations on the weekend, and so she was texting me, and she was like, "Hey, for the podcast this week, we should do it on this," and this is open relationships, the good, the bad, and the ugly, or should we say fugly?
Sure.
All right, so I don't know. I wrote my little opening monologue.
Yes.
It's okay, but it's whatever. Open relationships. For some, it's a structure. Intentional, clear, surprisingly calm. For others, it's more like improv theater with feelings. No one really knows their lines, but everyone's hoping it doesn't end by crying in an Uber. Somewhere along the way, I'm open became the new. It's complicated. It sounds self-aware. It feels modern, but let's be honest. A lot of people saying they're open are just afraid of choosing. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, but the bigger question is, do people actually want openness, or do they just want options? Let's unpack the good, the bad, and the gloriously messy.
Gloriously. Boy.
Oh,
all
yeah,
right.
because when it ends, oh, baby, it's like a firecracker.
Yeah.
So the first question that I have for us is, why are people choosing open relationships right now? Why is that? Options.
It's basically the nicer way of saying friends with benefits. That's basically the nicer way of saying it. It's a nicer way of saying I like you, but I don't want to commit to just you. I want to be able to stick my jar in the fucking cookie jar and make this lovely sprinkle one today. Tomorrow is chocolate chip.
I want chocolate.
Yeah, exactly.
Ebony, if you would.
Exactly. A little lick, a little taste.
Well, what's interesting though is I did a little bit of research because I'm very unknowledgeable about open relationships.
Right.
From an open relationship perspective, or like all the polyamory and all these words and everything. So what I found though is that a big mindset behind open relationships is some people genuinely believe that love doesn't have to be exclusive.
True.
And
Excuse me.
And I get that. Bless you, by the way.
Thank you.
I get that. But it's almost like they're confused about love, because it's like, it's, yes, love doesn't have to be for one person,
Right.
but a certain type of romantic love should be for one person. A
So,
partnership.
okay. So, going to your point, I was out on a date. The person I was out on a date with said, no, it's not stated anywhere that we are meant to be monogamous. And I was like, huh. This is after our conversation about what an open relationship was, what the definition was. We should not be. So when I heard that, I was like, oh, okay. Kind of brought up a little bit of bells, like red flags in my head, because I was like, I think, and I think a lot of it is because of people's situations that they have been in previously, to deciding that now they want to move forward with open relationships. Do you know what I mean? If you've had failed things happen in your life, and you're contemplating, like, it's the, whoa, is it me? Is, like, what happened? What did I do wrong? Could I have done anything? You know what I mean? Like, when you're going through all those things, it's easier for people to not want to commit because you've been in that one too many times. I'm talking about like marriages, okay? And then they were failed. So then it's a reflection of, why did my marriage fail?
So you're saying that people internalize trauma,
I think
and then
they
because
just,
they internalize trauma, they don't want to commit anymore.
yeah,
And so they
and
say,
it turns it off.
They say open relationship because they're like, oh, there's all these things. Like, it doesn't say anywhere explicitly that we're supposed to be not monogamous. Where did we get that idea from? But really, what that is their internal trauma speaking.
Yes, and on top of that,
Oh, God.
no.
Phone reference.
No, one of my friends today, we were talking about this, and one of my friends had mentioned this to me, and I had to think about it for a second, but then it became clear. And they said sometimes open relationship is used as a cover for wanting validation from multiple people. But when preach, but when they actually connect with someone they like, they slip into old relationship habits, texting daily, wanting exclusivity without having it to keep their options open. And when you ask why they move like that, they fall back on the I already told you it's XYZ.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I also, like,
Then they went on to said, so it's like they act like a boyfriend because she can, when they want it, off and on, but that they're not for one man or one woman.
yeah, that's essentially what I wrote down here. It's well, I have others just want emotional freedom without giving up physical options. For a lot of people, it's a loophole. I don't want to be single, but I don't want to be committed to somebody either. I also have dating apps make it easier to have access to multiple people, so monogamy starts to feel restrictive instead of romantic. What I've also realized too, as I've had this conversation with specifically guy friends, is a lot of, they quote like, "Oh, you know, men we're supposed to give their seed and move on," and it like,
Give their seed.
and then move on, right? Plant their seed and leave.
Plant the seed. Who takes care of that seed?
Let the women deal with it.
Going on with your train of thought, yes.
Right. Well, so that's been an argument, but I sit here and I go, that feels so shite.
Are we talking shy towards the woman?
No, it just feels like a shite mindset, like a shit mindset.
Okay.
There's this lovely story. It's a Greek mythology story, and it talks about why do we have monogamy? Why are we always searching for our other half, as we've coined it? And the story goes that humans used to have 2 heads, 4 arms, 4 legs, and used to be incredibly powerful. And Zeus, being scared of humans' power, split them apart into 2 separate beings. And so that's why you spend your whole life searching for your other half.
That's an interesting concept. That's
Isn't
a Greek
that?
mythology, right?
That's Greek mythology.
Interesting.
The Japanese have the concept of a red thread.
Okay.
A red thread. At birth, you're born, and you have a red thread connected. I believe it's connected to your pinky, or maybe your ring finger.
Okay.
And it's connected from your ring finger, and it connects to the other person.
Okay.
So it's a red thread, and you may weather trials and tribulations separately and date other people and do everything, but the whole idea is that you always have this red thread connected to one another because you're meant to be together.
Gotcha.
Every religion, every story, everywhere out there, people have this idea of your other half, your soulmate, your spiritual partner, your et cetera, et cetera. And so to have people be like, oh, there's nowhere written. It's like, well, we have so many stories and so much commitment and religion. Look at, Adam and Eve, yada, yada, yada. It's like, there's so much that points towards there's supposed to be a unity of man and women, and this love behind that becomes special. That's what it is. And so when people are like, oh, men are just supposed to spread their seed and leave, it's like, if you're looking purely at sex and everything as efficiency, sure. If you're like, I want to have as many kids as possible, well then, yeah, a harem makes sense. Having 40 girlfriends makes sense.
Yeah.
Because the point is not for companionship or your other half. The point is efficiency in terms of the breeding pool.
Correct.
I get that argument, but I think that deep down, everybody says, oh, this, and this, but it all comes from this internalized trauma because of they've been through bullshit, or they're scared to commit, or they're scared of restricting their options, or what if I make the wrong choice?
Right.
Like, all of those things are whispering in their ear, and they turn love and companionship and sex and intimacy, they turn it from this incredible connection moment between partners into this like dumbed down version about pleasure and all this crappy shit, right? I really think open relationships are like, it's just wound.
Yeah.
It's a classy name for something that's just, I'm hurt.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to deal with it. There is I think it's a Reddit thread I read that talks about how this girl did this really heavy deep research on polyamory.
Yeah.
And why people are moving away from monogamy and blah, 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 blah. And she said, what's so interesting about all these books and podcasts and audio books and therapists who talk about how polyamory is the right way, a big thing they teach you is to overcome that voice in the back of your head saying, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. And if you have a voice in the back of your head saying, hey, this is wrong, maybe you shouldn't do it.
Yeah, but why listen to that? That's your voice of reason. There you go, right? So it's like the devil and the angel on either side of your shoulder. So now, like I said, it's like you've had a taste of monogamy. You've had a taste of all of that. So, and it got fucked up. So why are you going to try it again? You know what I mean? It's easy, I think, for people to not look for that anymore and just be like, you know what? I'm in my 40s. I'm in my 30s. I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm just going to fucking fuck who I want to fuck. And who cares if, because we've talked about this just before we started our podcast, is that one person is always going to have a little bit more strong feelings than the other, regardless, in any relationship. That's, usually open relationship, not whatever, usually going to be the case.
Well,
so.
Yeah, and usually in an open relationship, from the friends that I know who have been doing it or tried it or whatever, you always end up with, you have one person who is like, oh, I'm going out with this person and this person and this person, and they're happy doing that. And then you have the other person who is committed to them. Yeah. They're not seeing anybody because they like that person. Yeah. And so they're like, oh, okay, yeah, have fun. And it's like they have in their mind this doom cycle of, oh, I can change them. I can make them monogamous. I can put them back to that.
This is what it was. When I knew going into it, this is what I said to myself. I am not going to be that woman to try to change that person's mindset. That is not going to be me, because you're always going to want to try to do that. I am not doing that. If that person wants to change, they're going to do it on their own behalf, with me not pushing anything, me just being me. That's it, plain and simple. So, yeah. Open relationships. There's one guy I really good friends with, and he was like, he prefers them, and I'm like, listen, to each their own. That's fine.
But it's so funny because the open relationship.
But what happens?
Like, I prefer open relationships. It's just like, I just want to be able to sleep with who I want.
Right. But what happens? Okay, so hypothetically speaking, the guy is the one that sets the tone. Okay, the guy that tells the woman. What happens if the guy ends up falling for the girl? Wants to have, but he opened up that.
But I've heard stories like this
and said, "Oh, I just want an open relationship." Then all of a sudden, la 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 la, and you're like, all of a sudden, fuck, I want to change my mind now.
And
fucking set
then
the tone.
well, but then you have to do it. And then when you change your mind and say, actually, no, I want to lock you down and I want to be exclusive.
Right.
She might turn around and go, oh no, I love this. Open
Then
relationships
you fucked
are
yourself
awesome.
over.
Right, and then you've lost it. It's like, well, but that's the whole thing. You fuck around, you find out. You fool around,
Listen,
win, play stupid games, win stupid
sometimes-
prizes.
Sometimes in open relationships, you will lose a good one.
Sure.
You will. Even in even in a relationship when things don't go sour, sometimes you look back and be like, you know what? Even though we could have worked things out. You know what I mean? You have those past moments and you're like, it could have worked out. We could have been okay. We could have gone through things. You will always lose a few here and there where you could have been like, damn it, you know what? I fucked up. Like, but now I can't go back because of A, B, and C. But
Okay, there's two things. There's two things I want to go into. The first one is, as you're saying this,
yes.
I've always had a firm belief that you find the best person for you when you're not interacting with anybody in that way.
Yeah.
And I would say time and time again in my life, whenever I've stopped fucking around or stopped fooling around,
Yeah.
and I've just focused on myself and doing my routine and going to the gym and working hard and doing whatever. When I've done the things that matter to me, but I don't have anybody on the roster or that I'm actively pursuing or anything, that's when the good one comes along.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, great, this is what I was waiting for. So when people like fill their time with this roster and just go like, oh, well, they're interested in, like, I feel like open relationships get to a point where you're like, sure, I'll be like, oh, I got Natalie and I got this other girl and I like them both, but I need another one. I feel like eventually you just start grabbing whoever. Like, there's no way you can just pick good ones.
Yeah.
Now, if you're like a handsome, good-looking man with all the money in the world,
Yeah, you could.
well, sure, you can get all the best-looking women, and you just are like, I'll provide for you, and you're part of my harem. But
Yeah.
but
I
even
get it.
but
Yeah.
anyways, all that to say,
Anyways,
I just
at
don't
the
feel
end
like
of
there's
the
a way.
At the end of the day, I realized and I said an open relationship is not for me. I cannot do it because what I saw in front of my eyes. But again, we didn't discuss boundaries, which should have, and expectations, which should have been discussed.
For context,
Yeah.
for context, Natalie was at a party, and this man she was interacting with, she walks into the main room, and she sees some girl all up on him, grinding on him. And Natalie felt sick to her stomach as she
I
witnessed
gave a
that.
look, and I was like, all right, this is how
Now-
it is. Okay. Then I come back from the loo, and lo and behold,
No
they're
longer there.
they're not there anymore. I'm like, you went off to go hide somewhere else again?
Right. Well,
All right, then.
and here's my point, because now you're saying about boundaries. It's like you didn't talk about boundaries, sure, and you didn't. I don't even think you really agreed to the open relationship part.
Kind of not really. No, it was kind of like I kind of just fell into it. I mean, I could have. They said after the first date, they said, if you are not comfortable with this, it's okay. And I thought, okay, you know what? Let's just give it, try.
Yeah,
Try.
you were kind of like, it was one of those things where someone tells you a piece of information.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, that's interesting, but I mean, it's not really relevant right now.
Yeah.
And then like 2 weeks later, you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
This is it? Oh,
Yeah,
fuck
because,
that. Yeah.
because regardless, to me, if you're in an open relationship, if you're in a situationship, whatever, you know that person is going to the same place that you're going. 1,000% they're going to show up there. I would not. Now I wouldn't. Now before I was like dumb and stupid. Now I would not be trying to do that, knowing that person's right there,
Like,
whether they're watching me or not.
a boundary. Yeah. Well, my whole thing is, but this is the thing.
respect.
So as we were walking to set this up and everything, Natalie was saying to me about this whole situation and about boundaries. Like, wouldn't you think boundaries? And I was like, well, in my mind, as a monogamous gentleman, you would think if I'm at a party, or I'll go back to the high school metaphor. If I'm at a party and Susie, the head cheerleader, who I'm in love with so much, is at that same party, am I gonna fuck around with another girl when I like Susie and Susie likes me? No.
It's plain.
Because
It's simple.
because Susie would walk in and be like, "What the fuck? I thought we had something." So in this case, it's like when you have somebody who you are like, "Oh, open relationship." Also, the sky is like this incredible gray color.
I know.
Anyways, so strange. So you have this girl that you woo into a relationship, right? You put your bow tie on and do that. Whatever.
You just had to spill
You
that
take
in
her.
there.
You take her. Hello, by the way, if you're watching this. I hope you are. It'll be hilarious.
They're getting roasted.
Well, you take her out. You show her a good time. You go, wow. She goes, wow. I actually really like this guy. You know, I thought he was kind of a dork before, but I like him. And then he hits you with, I only do open relationships. And she's had such a good time that she's like, oh, okay, whatever that means, sure. And then you're at a jam and you do that. Like, brother, at least send the girl your number and link up some other time outside of it.
No.
Maybe don't do it where you know that she's gonna walk in and see it. And sure, you could argue, like, you know, if we were in the court and he's defending himself, you could say, oh, well, I told her, open relationship. But it's like, there's things you say to people that they don't actually take you seriously, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could say to this is a horrible example, but I could take a girl out, I could show her a great time, and I could be like, so what'd you think? And she could be like, wow, I'm so in love with you, it's so great. And I could be like, perfect. Well, I just want to let you know, if you date me, I'm gonna have sex with your sister. And she'd be like, you're so funny.
I know, right?
And I'd be like, yeah, I'm so funny. No, I'm telling you the truth. And she'd be like, oh yeah, whatever. And then it happens. I'll be like, oh, well, I told you. Well, I didn't actually think you were fucking serious. It's like, it's one of those things where it's so left field. It's so out there that you're like, huh?
Yeah.
Really? Seriously?
Yeah.
Or
Well,
just, anyways, yeah.
No, well, that being said, when they said an open relationship, they definitely meant an open relationship.
Right, yeah.
So, I mean, would it have been fine if I met somebody or I knew somebody and I just had my tongue down their fucking throat and they walked by without,
David,
tit for
this
tat?
is the
What are
thing.
we going to do?
I don't think so.
So it wouldn't be, it would be not be okay or it'd be okay?
You know what? Truthfully, I don't think he would be okay with it. I don't think so.
Okay. Only Bowtie can answer that question.
Well, you know, but I think this is true of most things. I mean, like, I remember a buddy of mine, he would try it out with 2 girls.
Oh, God.
And I remember him saying that it was fine. Like, it was fine that they said, oh, yeah, I'm going to go out on a date with this guy and that guy. That was fine. But then when he actually saw the guy drop her off and they made out in the front seat of the car before she went inside.
Yeah, it
came inside to him.
Stung him. It hit him.
He went, oh, I actually don't like this.
Yeah, well, then maybe you shouldn't have said that then.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. It's like we're referring back. You think that it's all fun and games and it's all nice and roses, but then if that person were to go and do something to you, you wouldn't like it. So guess what? That's fine. That's why towards the end of the night, I said to myself, you know what? I have better standards for myself, and I know my own self-worth. And I sent a message out, and I was like, I can't. Nope, this is not for me. I was like, it was nice knowing you, but it's just not for me. No.
So a question I've written down here is,
Yes.
Does an open relationship ever work?
It can. Yes.
In what case can it work?
While
you're thinking, I'm going to check to see if our exposure is okay.
Yeah. The only thing that I can say how it could work is if both people can disassociate feelings, like hard, raw feelings, in an open relationship. That's the only way it can work.
Right. If you turn off all the normal feelings you have. Yeah.
That's the only way. And it's solely based on you basically having sex and going out for dinners and going out for dates. If you can do that and maintain that, then you're good. You're golden. But if you start to develop feelings, that's when things get fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the thing that we talk about. For the majority of the time, sex does bring in feelings. Like, you know what I mean? For the majority of people. Maybe not the first sexual encounter, but like if you do it on the regular or often, then yeah, some sort of feeling is going to get attached to that and to that person that you're having sex with, right? Mm-hmm. So, what do you think about that? Can it work?
sure, I'm sure in this infinite world, this infinite universe we live in, I am
Yes.
sure there is a very specific set of people with a very specific set of goals that very specifically in a certain in a certain timeline, circumstance,
Everything
everything
is specific.
works
Yes.
perfectly.
Yes.
Do I think for the general populace an open relationship works?
No.
Absolutely not.
Someone's gonna get hurt.
I just think that there's too much ingrained in you as a human.
Yeah.
And then not just as a human, but not just as a human, but societally as well. So there's too much born into you, nurtured into you, and societally driven
Yes.
that says monogamy is the way. And because of that, I don't think there's really a way for somebody to be happy in a polygamous relationship.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, are there cases that have worked? Sure. I'm sure there is. And I'm sure that people love it. I'm sure people swear by it. But I can't help but have my suspicion that most of the people who say open relationships are the best are individuals who want commitment from the people that they're seeing,
Yeah.
but don't want to be committed to those people because they
Yes.
want to leave their options open
Correct.
in case something
Better.
comes around. I think there was a story I read online, where a guy said to his girlfriend, they'd been dating for 6 months, 8 months or whatever, and he said he wants to try an open relationship. And at first the girl was not into it, but then she noticed that her boyfriend had opened a Tinder profile and was actively swiping in front of her.
What?
Like like he told her, right?
Yeah.
And she said, you're serious? And he said, well, yeah. And you said it was, we could try it. You were okay. And she's like, well, I never said I was okay. So she said, okay, fine. Well, then I'll join her Tinder. I'll get a Tinder profile as well.
Yep.
And I think he said she joined it, and he had gotten like 1 or 2 or 3 matches or something.
Oh,
I think by the end of the day, she had like
Multiple,
40,
yeah.
50, 60 matches. Guys wanted to fly her out places, take her to things. And she said, oh, this is great. Well, I have a date planned for like next week and the week. And instantly, I think the guy went, actually, I don't want to do this anymore.
So now you got a taste of your own medicine. Now you don't like it.
And I really hope, I think that was as far as the story went, but I really hope the girl left him because there's obviously a better option out there for
100%.
her. And like,
it's like saying to your man, you've been with your man for a year, or a woman for a year, and then all of a sudden she's saying, you know what? I think we should open up our sex life and have like a threesome. Huh?
I'd be like, peace.
It's like,
I mean, sure, we'll have a threesome. We'll have a threesome with a girl. No problem.
Right.
No, I want 2 men.
There you
okay,
go.
Then
you go.
Go back to the streets. See ya.
Oh my God. Oh, jeez. Okay.
No, it's just it's one of those things where people say things and they'll say it innocently or say it as if it's innocently.
That's
right. I
right.
want to open our relationship
Until it happens to them.
Well, it happens to them,
Yep.
or just like, or the truth is they're done.
Yeah.
The truth is they're not happy in the relationship. They want to move on. They want to explore other people. They want to do all that. That is just a scary step for them. So instead of making the step, they coin a term that says, oh, I just want to open our sex life, try it out. It's like, no, let's be adults and let's say I don't want to be with you and you don't want to be with me, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, but I don't want to be alone. Okay, well, good
There's
luck.
other options. There's other avenues for that.
And then my argument too is like, if you're a decent person, like I get if you're not a decent person, but if you're a decent person, like just you gotta let the person go. Don't be selfish and I'm gonna hold on to them until I can't anymore.
Yeah.
Like just accept that it's okay to be alone.
Yeah, and that's why I appreciated when they texted me back after a little while and they were like, hey, you know what? Yeah. Okay, no problem. It was nice knowing you too. So it's like, okay. Done. Next question? If there is a next question?
Yeah, next question. So that was, let me just go through my points that I wrote down to make sure we got everything.
As we're losing daylight.
When everyone involved is, that's okay. They can still see pretty well. I'll check again in a second.
Okay.
Emotionally literate, clear, and communicating at all times, like a lot. I
Yeah.
wrote down.
Yeah.
No one is secretly hoping to win monogamy at the end, which we talked about. It falls apart fast if one person is doing it to please the other. We said this already.
Yep.
And this is a good one. If jealousy isn't being acknowledged, it starts to show up in wild,
Oh,
sideways ways,
100%.
like stalking someone or pretending to be fine when you're
Yep.
not.
Yep.
So this one, there's 2 questions left.
Okay.
So we might go into just voice at the end there. But the third question I said, are open relationships the future? Are we just convinced that our monogamous selves are, that's right now, but somewhere down the line, an open relationship is the future? Oh, what's up, puppy?
I know, right? To be honest, it can be. Yeah, I think so. I think it can. I think it can be the wave of the future, considering that it's been happening for years now. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, I think, more so often now. You know what I mean? Is that going to help us a bit?
Maybe.
Okay.
I mean, they can still see us pretty well.
Okay.
Okay, what do I have written here? I don't think it is.
You don't think it's the way of the future?
Well, I think maybe down the line there will be a cultural shift towards it. I mean, there's an interesting book I read where they come across, this guy's traveling through the world and he comes across a society. I think he's training with a society for some specific martial arts practice or something.
Yeah.
And he finds out that everybody's in an open relationship. Like, you have your people so there's tiers. Somebody you're procreating with is a deeper partner than someone you just have sex with, but having sex in the human body is just like that's just a human experience.
Right.
And in that, they believe that love should be spread around, and that if you are interested in exploring somebody, you should. But even then, there's like almost what the author does is I think he or she insinuates that there's this that people love, like there's still love exchange. And yes, you may be with all these partners, but you still actually only love this one specific partner.
Yes.
And I think that just us innately as humans, the way we are as a species, we do bond to people.
Yeah.
And you just can't eliminate that. I think that's hardwired into our DNA and hardwired
100%.
into how we operate and how we see the world.
Yeah.
And sure, you can breed that out, you can teach otherwise, but I think there's always going to be a gut instinct to follow that. I have my person and my person has me.
Yeah.
What else did I write here? There's an interesting take. Monogamy isn't outdated; it's just out of practice. And I think that people are just so used to this weird, like, even look at the dating. We have a fucking dating tier system where it's not oh, I'm dating this person anymore. It's like I'm dating but not exclusive. I'm this but not that. And and we have all these prize pools. We have all these terminologies.
Winner.
Right. We have all these terminologies to try and weasel our way around. It's like, are you actually going out with that person?
Yeah.
Because if you're not actually going out with them, then you're not doing anything. Oh no, I'm seeing them. Or we're mutually exclusive but not dating. It's like, well, how the fuck does that make sense? Anyway, I think it's just, there's like this weird relationship confusion, and I think we just have so many options in the world.
Yeah. Go on, I'm listening.
Yeah. I think we just have so many options in the world that people have lost what it means to find the perfect person.
Okay.
You can still see me pretty okay, right?
It's not getting darker around you. See his face.
Oh, I don't know. This last question I have was a bonus question. I don't think it's really great. It's
Hi, baby.
What's one rule you'd set if you were in an open relationship?
Oh God, how is this even a fucking question?
Well, my thing is, like, we both made it clear that we could never do it.
If I was in an open relationship, the one stipulation that this person said to me was, if you're interested in having sex with somebody,
Run it by me first.
run it, and there has to be consent from the partner
Interesting.
in order to do that. But they said, now there is no but for me, okay? They said, you cannot always say no. You can't always say no. That was their
What the
stipulation.
fuck
so,
is this
so
nonsense?
yeah. So,
Well, you know, in the 4 times I ask you, you're allowed to have 3 no's, but that means you have to do it yes.
yeah.
It's so crazy. But what if it is all no?
And then
Yeah, if it's all no, that means you can't be in an open relationship.
exactly. So, if I were to have one rule, it would go hand in hand with if we're going to the same place, okay? Party, no party, whatever. Barbecue, I don't care. Do not like openly do things that would seem like you're involved with it in front of me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, exactly like that example.
Oh, this is interesting. Okay, this is interesting.
Plus the whole, like, if you want to have sex with somebody, consent with me first. Like, ask me first. Don't just be like, you know, bring it up later on. Oh, by the way, I was out with Sally the other day.
Me and
what?
Sally? Woo!
I know. Like, I don't care to know that. I don't want to know, but just ask me before you're, you know what? I think this girl's really hot, blah, 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 whatever the case is, and then just have that consent. That's it. Those are the rules for me. But going back to my point, at that point, you said what I had just said. 'Cause you were like, there was something that you
yeah.
wanted to
Well,
add to that.
I said this is interesting because there's a few guys I know actually. These are older guys. These older guys, they have money. They've kind of done their careers. They have their woman, and their women are committed to them. What I've found interesting, and I've heard it from both sides, the man and the woman's side. They're both now. They're in like the. I'm trying to think of their ages. There's a 70-year-old, older 60s, and then there's a younger 50-year-old.
Okay.
So the younger 50-year-old, he makes quite a bit of money. His wife makes a lot of money too. So all these people have kind of mutually agreed with their partner that because when you're traveling, you're having fun, you're doing things, like, go have fun. I don't want to hear about it.
So it's like a hall pass. It's like hall pass.
It's like a hall pass, but the rule around it is go do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about it.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody to tell me about it.
Yeah.
I don't want to see you texting that person.
Yeah.
I don't want to see you communicating. It's very much, a hall pass. It's like, go have sex with that person. Like, you're out in Japan partying, have sex with the hooker, do whatever. I don't want to hear about it. You know, like, you're out with your girls partying in Vegas, go hook up with that cool guy. Just, I don't want to hear about it. Right? Yeah. And so I found that kind of interesting. And I remember saying to the older guy, we were sitting on a balcony. We were down in Mexico, I think. We were sitting on a balcony and we were drinking and chatting about it. And I was like, how can you be okay with that? Like, and he goes, well, he's like, I want to go around, and when I'm out, sometimes there's a good looking girl. And, you know, what she doesn't know won't hurt her. And on the same side, how can I have that opinion and not be okay with it with her doing it? And I was like, hey, at least he's got a backbone.
Okay, yeah.
And he's like, I know she sees guys she likes. I know she goes and fools around with her girlfriends, and they do things that they don't want me to know about. And he's like, and that's okay, because what I don't know won't hurt me. And I'm like, and I was sitting there, and you know, being the young guy I am, I go, that sounds pretty fucked up.
You said that like
yeah, I said honestly, like, you're saying this, but I'm thinking about it in my context, and I wouldn't be okay with that.
You don't agree with it, yeah?
No, I just don't agree with it. And he goes, well, it comes down to the person.
Yes, absolutely.
He's like, if you're strong-willed, and you're like, this is my partner, he's like, then yeah, you don't have to do that. He's just saying from his perspective, what he doesn't know won't hurt him, and what she doesn't know won't hurt her. And I don't know.
That's a really sticky thing. I don't know. Like I said, all I know, open relationship, no, can't do. It's not for me.
I agree with you. I couldn't do it
Dating
either.
is different. Open relationship, absolutely. No bueno. No bueno. So the next time a person comes up to me, I'm only interested in an open relationship. No, I don't care. I gotta be at the point, and it's like, you know what? I don't care if we get along really well, if our chemistry is really good, you can make me laugh, we can have a conversation and hold a conversation, and we can go on a date and be cool, and no, I can't. Because that was a red flag for me. From the time that I heard that, I was like, oh, fuck, here we go. Seriously? Fucking open relationship. I get the reasons why they want that, but fuck. Like, really? You're fucking up some really nice things that can happen in your life, but those are the choices that you want. So I'm not here to sway your choice. I'm not here to change your opinion or your ideology of what you want in this life right now for yourself.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, sure. Ride it out. Yeah, I wrote it out for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I couldn't. I don't
ever
know.
had one?
An open relationship.
Yeah, or tried?
No, because the idea disgusts me.
I know.
Like,
I know.
like the idea. Intimacy is such a wonderful thing.
It
when
is.
you're with a person who you genuinely connect with, and the idea of someone of them, your person showing intimacy with another person in the same way they show it with you, that makes my stomach twist.
Yeah.
And I have you have the older guys who are like, oh yeah, whatever, it's fine, don't worry about it, Nathan, just go, best way to get over that is to get under someone else, ha ha ha. But like,
everybody's different though.
well, everyone's different, but also like for the times that I've slept with women and that I haven't been in a relationship with, you're just masturbating with someone else's body. It's not really enjoyable.
Yeah.
You're kind of sitting there going, oh, this is like it's just kind of whatever.
Yeah.
There's no passion, there's no heat, there's no intimacy. It's just like we're both doing this action because it's hot.
Yeah.
But it's not really. They're not really connected. Now I get it if you're going out with somebody who you're connected with on that level and is interesting and captivating to you. But then there's some level of emotional attraction, some level of intimacy. I get that, but I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
All that to say, open relationship. If that's your cup of tea, go for it.
Yeah.
I don't like my cup of tea with many people's fingers in it.
Yeah. No, I realized, I can't, because it's just like, and then they told me, oh, I have had plans this whole entire week. Because I was like wondering when we could see each other. They're like, well, I have all these plans. I'm trying to see if I can make some time, but I made plans every single day after work. I'm like, oh, okay. And they're like, sorry, but these plans were made before you. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. But it kind of makes me wonder. It's like, now, how many other people were you dating? Or, you know what I mean? Now that you said that. Maybe you weren't. I don't know. But I'll never know. But it's just like, okay.
Yeah. Well, this is innately the problem with the open relationship. If there's any level of lying, if there's any level of just finding things out,
yes.
Well, then you spiral because you go, if I found out that they're lying about this, and it's the same thing you find out when people cheat on you and whatever else, or betray your trust, even as a friend or a working relationship. It's like, if you lied about this thing, or I caught you saying this thing, what else have you been doing?
That's right.
That's the problem, right?
That's right.
Which goes back to that whole point about if an open relationship is going to work, you have to be like a saint about sharing information.
Yeah, exactly.
And dealing with all the problems, which I just,
that's right.
As a human, I don't know if that's really possible with people. Mm-hmm. I think that there's always going to be somebody who gets really, really hurt in the end.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's why I was like, I said to myself, I was like, I dodged a bullet. I
agree with you. And then, because the worst thing would be you get into it, that thing didn't happen. I mean, that was the universe showing you.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
Imagine you didn't see that. You continued on, and it was months down the line when you were like more committed.
That's exactly.
And then you saw it, because now that's not only just like, oh, he said open relationship. Now it's like, oh, but he told me that he loved me and that he cared about me.
Right.
And he just doesn't care about it just like that, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because it goes back to what you said earlier. It's like when someone's saying something and then they're actually doing it, and then you're actually seeing it. It's like one person is more invested. So I would be the one that be really hurt, because it's like, so all those things that you told me that you liked about me, were they actually genuine? You're now going to be second guessing yourself, and that's a natural thing to do, right? And second guess, like, okay, did you really like me? Did you actually really want to spend time with me? Did you really want to get to know me on a deeper level? Like all those things, right? Because it's like, you're investing time, you're investing energy, and to me, that's what you said you wanted in an open relationship. I never really necessarily agreed to or disagreed to it. I went with it, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I was going to be in an open relationship and do what you are doing in an open relationship. Because like you just said earlier, it's like one person might not be doing that, but the other person is doing what they said they were going to do and be in, right? So I can't see myself being with somebody who wants that. That's just too much of too many differences, and I would get too hurt because I'm stuck on the whole. I want to find that person for me. I want to be with just one person. I want to just have sex with one person. I don't need to be having sex with other people because I should be able to have that with the one person that I'm wanting to connect that with solely. That's it. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't know. It was funny when you said this whole open relationship topic because I was thinking, well, what's my opinion on it? Besides, absolutely fucking not.
Yeah.
And then it's interesting because when you start thinking about, when you open yourself to think about a topic rather than just like a rigid answer,
Yes.
you start going like, okay, well, maybe, am I too rigid on it?
Yes.
And then so you open it and you
That's
go,
what I thought too.
Right. And I'm like, okay, maybe I'm too rigid on it.
Yeah.
But then as you think about it and as you talk to other people and you research about it, you go, no, I'm not rigid. I just know in myself that I can't do that. And that's just not the thing for me. And that's okay.
Yeah. And I realize I can't wrap my head around that. Like, I just can't do it.
I could, well, because it's exactly what I said earlier. You have to turn off that part of your brain.
Right. So my point to that is, if I saw you knew I saw you do what you did, why, when I came back from the bathroom, did you move from your spot? If you were doing this whole open relationship thing, why'd you move?
Because there's still guilt.
Guilt.
Well, you can't turn the voice off.
Yeah, but you shouldn't have guilt because you're the one that said it.
Well, and this is another thing. I wonder
or
if...
is it guilty because I gave you that look and you knew that you were like, yeah, I'm fucked now.
Yeah, but I wonder if it would have been better if he doubled down.
And did double down in what way?
Like if the girl left and he just stood there. Or went and saw you in the bathroom, or what? Not in the bathroom, but like caught you when you were leaving the bathroom. I wonder if there was something that would have been better.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I don't think there's really a way to save that because you're still looking at it in the eyes of somebody who is looking for a companionship, like a monogamous relationship.
Yeah.
Even though he said open relationship, so I don't really know how you backpedal from that.
You can't.
And that's probably where he was just like, okay, I'm gonna bow out. Or you just the even harsher truth is maybe he just didn't give a fuck. Maybe he's like, I'll go party with this girl somewhere else.
Right? Yeah. Who knows? But regardless of the situation and what happened, transpired, and it was just like you said, the universe kind of like opening up its eyes and being like, like I had some red flags already, and I was like, this solidified it for me. I was like, no.
Yeah, this is the universe looking out for you and protecting you. It's like, hey, I'm going to show you what's happening so that you know and you can.
Yeah. And realize, no, this is just not for me. It's not my cup of tea.
Precisely. So on that note, I don't think you guys can see us anymore. Or maybe you can because the ISO's cranked up like a motherfucker. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for chatting.
Yes, thank you.
I'm curious what you guys think about open relationships.
Yes, I am definitely curious
and
about that.
If you guys are in an open relationship, maybe just make yourself anonymous on YouTube and write in the comments. Or you guys can email us.
Or send a text or whatever.
Whatever, yeah, and just be like, actually, this is what you guys missed from it, or this is my secret to success in an open relationship, or whatever you've decided on.
Yeah.
And we'll catch you guys next week.
Hopefully, we will be earlier.
Oh yeah.
So that doesn't fade out like in one of the episodes.
Okay. That's okay. I know you guys are listening to me when you fall asleep.
On a Sunday. On Sunday as you're falling asleep, you're like, oh my God, I need to fall asleep. Let's just put on our podcast.
Well, and it's funny because I've been told that's where they listen to it. They're like, yeah, and whatever timestamp, whatever's the last thing I remember, I open from that.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, that's so funny. But
nice.
Yeah, and they said they like it when I say goodnight to them. So good night. Although I think I've only said it once.
Okay.
But
I like
good night, whoever watches.
Good night.
While you're falling asleep.
Yes.
And yeah, see you guys soon.
Yes, see you soon. Have a good one.